Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me already, my name is Sarah and I am a flower farmer in East Yorkshire in the UK, and my flower business is called Bloom and Grey. So thank you so much for clicking on this video. What we're doing this week is trying to fix the drainage problem that we have in my back flower field, which is the second flower field that I have on the flower farm. So I've been growing on this field I think for about 4 years. I think this will be my 4th season this year, so I've had 3 seasons, and last year really was the only season where I had a really good crop out of the field because I did it properly with compost, weed membrane. The first year I tried to direct sow it and it didn't work, so the year after that, I can't remember what happened after that. I just think I had a lot of seed failures and seedling failures and other problems that just amounted to us not being able to grow much there. So last year was really successful, but I always have this issue of bad drainage in the field. The back half of the field always gets really wet and boggy, and whenever it rains, even if it's in the summer, there is standing water in the field. We've had some drainage issues in this field. When it rains really heavily, there is kind of like a stream of water that runs down there, and the back half of the field stands in water. So we hired a digger and we have put a drainage pipe in the field, and hopefully it's really going to help with the drainage in that area in the future. So unfortunately we got the digger on a day when I wasn't here, and Rob just cracked on with it without even thinking about whether I wanted to film a video for it or anything. So day 1 of footage is missing, but basically all they did was dig a trench, and then that was it. But apparently on the first day, when they dug the trench, there was a lot of water gushing through the trench, so there was so much standing water in the area, in the vicinity, that the trench really helped to drain it away instantly. So that is a good sign, and I'm hoping that that is what the drainage pipe is going to do from now on. So today we just finished putting the drainage pipe in, and it's all covered back over, and I even got to have a drive of the digger as well. So carry on watching if you want to see the process of putting drainage pipes into our flower field to help with our drainage problem.
Well, this is actually a mixture of, if you look at it as well, it's heavy clay and it's quite the sand. It's absolutely solid.
I just want to interrupt this video for a couple of seconds to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this week's video. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of interesting classes which allows you to improve existing skills or learn something new. I'm a big believer in challenging yourself, and I love to keep my mind active by learning new things, which is what brought me to Skillshare. I love taking classes on filmmaking and video editing because although I've been doing this myself for a couple of years now, there's still so much to learn, and the class is taught by experts in the field, so I always walk away having learned something new. I just took a class with Lily Singh about social media success and how to tell stories through YouTube and other social media channels. Lily was so full of inspiration and information that I was able to take notes and think about how to incorporate her advice into my own channels. If filmmaking isn't your thing, Skillshare also has classes on everything from gardening, which I know you guys are into, to website design and business. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to join Skillshare will receive a 1-month free trial. So get signed up via the link in my video description and see what new things you can learn too. So the plan for today was to fill in the trench that we made for the drainage pipe, but Rob's dad's gone off in the digger for the day. So what we're going to do now is take down Hector's pen, which is here. We put this up because when Hector first came, we wanted to keep him separate from Cyril so that they could get to know each other through the fence, but obviously that's not needed anymore because they're best buds. So we're going to take that down, and eventually we are going to bring the digger in here as well, just to level this off a bit more and maybe put a little bit of hard standing down for the piggers so that their feet can stay nice and dry when they're eating and things. Because it does get a bit messy and boggy in here, but because it's frozen today, we've got no problems standing on the mud. So that's Hector's bed behind me, where all the dogs are investigating, and Cyril sleeps in there. So they are kind of right next to each other, but what we would like to do eventually is build them a bigger shelter so that they can both snuggle up together in the shelter and share body warmth and everything like that. I think they're good enough friends to be sharing a bed now, because they definitely wouldn't have been doing that at first, but both of those shelters aren't big enough for them to share, so we'll have to see if we put a new shelter in whether they decide to use that together or not.
Really technical job today, isn't it, babe?
Yeah.
What we're doing?
Taking down Hector's pen.
Taking Hector's pen, so Sarah could have done it quite easily on her own.
But we like working together, don't we?
Yeah, I love it.
So we finally got Hector's pen taken down, and we headed back to the field to lay the drainage pipe in the trench and cover it back over with all of that horrible clay soil that we have. So the drain is going to be laying slightly downhill to carry the water away from the flower field, and it goes into another drain which is running adjacent to the one that we're putting in now, and that will take the water away to a dike which is at the other side of the field that we're in at the moment. And the drainage pipe should cover 10 metres either side of the drain in the flower field, so hopefully that will help to create a nice dry flower field from now on. just asked if I could drive the digger and Rob said yes. Ready? What?
0.
0?
Yeah, I think it's keypad.
Well, that's what I'm left with. It looks like an absolute mess and I'm trying not to have an absolute meltdown about it, but it's just so wet at the moment, there's nothing else that we can really do with it, so we're just gonna have to wait till it's dry and see what happens when it is dry. But that is it, that is the drainage in now, and that should make a massive difference to the drainage of the field. So the drainage should cover 10 metres either side of the pipe that we put in, so that is almost this full field. But the main problem area was the bottom end of that field, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how that affects the wetness of the field going forward, and hopefully it will be a bit more of a growable space. So stay tuned this summer to see how the flowers grow in this area. I'm really hoping it makes a big difference. Over there it is quite stony, so I don't know how that's going to affect the flowers, because most of the other areas of the field are quite just clay soil, so I've never had to grow in like a stony environment before, so if anyone has any experience of that then let me know, but otherwise we're just going to have to see what happens when flowers grow in a stony environment. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know that a lot of people have reached out in the past and said they enjoy watching the videos with me and Rob in them together, so there you go, that is your Rob and Sarah content. Oh, just fell in the mud. So thanks for watching again, and I'll see you next time.